There was contact.
There was contact.
There was contact.
There was contact.
We agreed on this show.
But that if there was contact, penalty. If contact there, penalty.
If you see contact coming and you go and do rule,
Contact there.
No, it's not.
Now let's get it started. Let's get it started. Play ball!
Liverpool won that Merseyside derby 1-0, Jota scoring in the second half of that game to give them the only goal in that game. Liverpool are 12 points ahead of Arsenal in this title race. If we don't call it the title race, they just need to win 4 games and they'll be crowned champions in the EPL. But in this particular game, there are a whole lot of controversies in that game. The red cards that are supposed to be given, the penalty for Nunes that was not given. He was even issued a yellow card in that game. We're going to talk about that game in particular. Okay, if you look at that game, it was a one-sided game. Everton had 0 shots on target in the whole 90 minutes. They had about 4 or 5 shots in total that were just carrying the ball, and 0 shots on target. They couldn't even test the goalkeeper. But Liverpool came out to actually win that game. They beat them in possession, in shots on target, in everything. I think they would have scored more in that game, but they ended 1-0. Good game for Liverpool.
Good game, oh. The same thing we've been saying about Liverpool from the beginning of season. Just find a way to win.
That's the one.
Find a way to win. No, because normally if you look at Liverpool, we say they play good football. They play possession-based football, conservative football. According to our, we play conservative football. But at the end of the day, what's the tactics on the ground? Is it 3-4-3? Is it 5-4-1? Is it tactical flexibility? Is it
anything they play?
Anything they do, just say once they don't hold ball, McAllister they don't go front. Gravenberch they join up for front. Once they lose ball, everybody they run go back. You get, and as they don't go back, Salah they even join the defense line to cover those spaces for any other team to exploit. You get, so for me, I feel like if you can hurt Liverpool early enough, then they have a problem inside.
Okay, John, if you look at that game in general, what do you think of that game? Liverpool should win that game. They won that game though, but where is for my hand?
I wouldn't say where is for anybody hand, because Liverpool were lucky to escape with a 1-0 win.
Lucky?
Yes, they were lucky to escape with a 1-0 win. Look at the way they played one. Look at the way they defended two. Look at the way they deployed the resources they had on the pitch. And you will see that Liverpool paid Everton the expected respect that they deserve, because they played massive defense, massive attack, and those attacks for all the shots on target, for all the 17 shots, for all the attempts, 1 goal. Which tells you that Everton played a perfect game. The only place I would have an issue with them is that they didn't convert or take as much of their chances as they had in that encounter. They could have created more for themselves. But, you know, you look at the stature of the two sides. Liverpool second squad will pay the full salary of the Everton first team.
Their second squad.
Let's go there. No, excuse me. Liverpool second squad will pay the full salaries of Everton first squad. So even excuse me, even talking in that light, it's a battle between two teams that one is bigger than the other team, and still on the night it was, you cannot pass and you cannot get away with it.
If you look at the Liverpool bench, you have a Joe Gomez, the Kelleher, if you're taking, maybe Alisson is starting and you're looking at Kelleher on the bench, then the rest you have is Joe Gomez, Harvey Elliott, academy graduate, Chimikas that they brought from Greece, who again is on the bench, Curtis Jones, Endo Wataru, great grandfather that club just recently brought before he left. So if you look at this quality of players they have on the bench, there are players that could come in and fight for the team, but they are all academy graduates.
All those players are on bumper salaries.
Even the Quensa.
Yes.
If you
Joe Gomez has been at Liverpool now for more than 6 years. He's on a bumper salary.
It's not as much as the...
Forget about that team. Endo Wataru was signed by Jurgen Klopp. Excuse me. Endo Wataru was signed by Jurgen Klopp. He's on a bumper salary. You go ahead, you call Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is an Englishman. An Englishman. He's on a good salary as well.
Elliott is an Englishman.
Elliott is an Englishman too. He's on a good pay. Okay, let's not go there.
But if you look at, even though if you could talk about the prestige of both clubs, Liverpool somehow
though they were a pull out of what's it called, of Everton. You know, when you say this is our academy, but they just come out, go form their own club. Though they pull out of the Everton side from 19 Brigadim or 18 Brigadim, you understand? But now, current results, they are champions.
Okay, let's talk about the game. Instead in those games, first the goal, Jota scoring in that second half to give them 1-0. But let's leave the goal, the controversy, the red card, the first red card controversy, that tackle on McAllister, do you think is a red card offense? I saw that, sometimes if you see an incident in a game, because it depends on the game, you might not really understand the tackle until they slow it down.
Slow it down, the VAR screen.
Yeah, so do you think that should be a straight red card?
No way.
No, not a red card.
For
No
me,
way.
VAR's discretion is advice. If you look at that incident, normally they will give person yellow card or red card. You get? Normally, because your studs were out. And according to us that were football fans, that played football in the back corners of the street, Azuno, when you slide and your stud is out, they'll tell you to take 5 minutes out first. You get that you want to send somebody to the MRI. You want to send somebody to the hospital. So with that already, it's a red card challenge from Taskowski. Though it wasn't really fatal on McAllister, but for the intent. And the way the tackle went.
Intent is not. They don't give. They don't give. Excuse me. They don't give you red card or yellow card based on.
They don't know what your heart is.
They don't give red and yellow card by intent.
The thing is, they don't know what
and
your
anybody can interpret intent to be any other thing.
They don't know what your heart is reading at that time. They don't know what your intentions are. But for you to dive into the tackle like that, bro, intention to send the guy to MIR, and for you to dive into the tackle like that, na red card.
It was a heated game, though. If you call it,
you look at the game. I almost slept off during. In the first half, Liverpool only had one shot on target. In the first 45 minutes,
woke up in the second half.
You get and what's it called? Everton for me had just 2 shots off target and 2 blocked by defenders. We're talking about the McAllister because that's the highlight of the night. But the foul from Robertson on James Gardner, what happens to that one? It's just his normal tackle.
Well,
from behind.
I think the referee, I don't know what the referee drank and came to that game. He was just, I don't know what he did, but he didn't give a record for that Taskowski challenge on McAllister and other incident that happened again. The second incident that was a little bit controversial was the penalty incident of Nunes. Nunes actually kicked the ball and people kicked him. And they gave him a yellow card either for what he's saying to the referee or for diving.
For the dive and for mouthing off to the referee.
It wasn't a dive.
For a pure dive. See. Oh, I like how we are talking about this thing now. I like how we are talking about this thing now because it goes to reach everybody.
But there was contact.
There was contact.
There was contact.
There was contact. If there was contact, penalty. If contact there, penalty.
Wait. If you see contact coming and you go and do rule,
contact
and you enter. No,
it was a kick.
You saw the contact coming and you say no. Let me sacrifice myself. Excuse me. Let me sacrifice myself as a sacrificial lamb. Excuse me now. Allow me land now. You saw the contact coming, yes or no?
Okay, John. What did we agree on this show?
Because I said if you touch everybody, if you touch you go agree. On this show,
he not touch me.
On this show,
what I'm saying,
on this very platform, as I said, there's contact inside box 18. Whether na one leg inside box 18 or not, penalty. And this one could have been given penalty. But look at it. There's another review on the game.
Yeah.
That maybe in the build-up play, Nunes was offside, and the referee has already blown offside on time. Maybe Nunes didn't listen and went to kick the ball. You know when they say if you kick the ball after the referee blows the whistle, you have a card.
See?
And in the beginning of the season,
more scenarios are coming up now.
In the beginning of the season, you saw when Arsenal took red cards just by players kicking off the ball in after the referee's whistle. So I felt like in this game maybe there was a referee blown. A referee has already blown off.
See,
but the thing is,
if
the referee had blown off the ref, if the referee
I will just say one thing on this matter. I will just say one thing on this matter.
Because for him to take the yellow card and give to Nunes instead of Pickford, it means there was an offside whistle that has gone off. But me, I just feel like that yellow card shouldn't have stood because.
Excuse me, if I may, excuse me. Yes, the referee is the final arbiter in that game.
Until you do your thing.
Now why are you like this?
No,
I said the referee is what the referee see lying down in his bed in his house. You that is on the pitch with him or in the stands or you are watching your TV, you cannot see it. You cannot decode what the referee has already seen. The referee has already seen that this guy you are off one. 2 is that you saw contact coming and you donated yourself. 3 is that After the whole thing, you are coming to come and mouth off to me that I should give. How many players have always have entered into contact, turned around and demanded penalty that have gotten penalty? How many players?
Okay,
You go into it, you fall down, you take your role, and then your teammates cry for penalty.
He got the ball. Why we count for penalty is because we got the ball, or Nunes got the ball before Pickford. You see, when in a scenario where the goalkeeper is charging out for the ball and the player just does a flick on and the goalkeeper catches his leg, even if he doesn't score the goal at the end, the referee will blow penalty, because normally it's a 50-50 challenge. But because you got the ball first and I got your legs, no, it's not clear cut at the goalkeeper making a tackle. And if you make the wrong tackle, you get
you saw
offense.
a tackle coming and you walked into
People,
it.
they do and they get their penalty.
Okay, that incident, it depends on how the referee saw it, but that incident wasn't given, and Nunes was given a yellow card. Okay, let's talk about the goal. Jota scoring the goal. Jota, he started ahead of Nunes, scored the goal to give him that only lead. Now they are now 12 points ahead of Arsenal. Good goal for Liverpool, good goal for Jota.
There was an offside in the build-up of that play.
But he wasn't he's inactive player.
Inactive player. They say this deceive us.
Thank
this
you.
Is a language they use to deceive us. When the inactive player and the ball deflects off the defender and comes to him, he will not be active.
And he now became active.
But the rules are the rules.
Now the rules is subject to review.
You cannot review something that is
The
after the
rules,
season you can review anything.
that's what I'm saying. Now the rules are subject to review, and please, at the end of when we had the meeting, the UEFA penalty, 2-kick penalty issue, we are still having that meeting. We have not concluded what the rule will be for next season. Maybe we'll go to The Hague this week and talk about it again, or go to Switzerland and talk about it again. But the rules is subject to review, because in that scenario, Diaz was offside. You get, and he came into the play after 2 deflections. If you take a shot at the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper punches it, any player that is offside cannot react to it. If you react to it and you score the goal, you are offside. So for that pass to Nunes, for that pass to Diaz, he was offside, deflected off the defenders and got to him again, and he made the assist to.
It wasn't the first touch.
When you are active in that scenario and you decide not to chase the ball, you take yourself out of the conversation. Otherwise, a review will show that you were offside, and it will be cancelled. So him getting back into to go and make contact with the ball was wrong in the first place. Somebody else should have done that. But I'm not going to come there. I think
he was the only one standing or ghosting around that area at the time.
Well, that goal stood and they scored that only goal in that game. Now Liverpool are 12 points ahead of Arsenal. Obviously, they are going to win this league.
The thing is, if they can be delayed.
Delayed how?
Delayed. At least delayed to like 3 games to go. You get, if you can be delayed to 3 games to go, maybe lose 1 point or lose 1 match.
Or lose a couple of games.
Lose 2
3
matches from now. If they have Fulham, I think they have Newcastle also, and they have Fulham,
Arsenal too.
And they have Arsenal. So if they can lose before Arsenal, you get, then they would save themselves. Arsenal will save themselves the guard of honor, this thing, and they can move on to the.
I thought that was voluntary. It's not compulsory.
See, the thing is, when you say let's just go and do charity work today, and next year you do charity work, from voluntary action it becomes an every year habit. But automatically, it becomes a tradition, and tradition gradually puts itself as something like an obligation to do. It's not compulsory, but if you look at for the past 10-15 years, it's been happening. It could short, can't do
Arsenal probably have to do it, but in this particular game, Slot has built quite a team for Liverpool. They won that game 1-0. 12 points ahead of Arsenal with 8 games to go. Win 4 games, they are crowned champions of the Premier League. I think there's no way Arsenal can catch them, because Arsenal cannot even win the remaining 8 games that is remaining. So that's even the problem. Arsenal will not win the 8 games, and Liverpool might not win 8 games, but they might probably win.
It's Jurgen Klopp's team,
and we are going to be seeing when Trent leaves. Salah might leave, and Van Dijk, he will start buying his own players, and let's see if he can sustain this particular, if he can probably retain the Premier League next season, because he has only lost 1 game in this Premier League season. Let's see if next year he can retain it, but obviously this season they are going to be crowned champions come next month.